This is Duke University.
In listening to your music, especially closely in the last few days, I think it's just remarkable the amount of different styles you draw from, and then ultimately make it your own in a very unique in a very unique way. So as a composer, my first question is, what's your sort of general philosophy about composing music, your music?
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of like if you could take us through the steps.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for everybody to be here. Like so many people interested in all the stupidities that I will say. So I would say that the way that we compose, like I want to be very honest with you. Like is not myself. We are a team, and in this case, I work with somebody since this album and the album before, which name is Andrés Celis, that is the producer.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end is like the brain that translates also all these questions that I've got. And sometimes he brings by himself also like some ideas about to make music. So the process I would say is very anarchist. It's not, we don't have a process mathematical, like say, well, we begin here, we finish here. It's total opposite. In general, it's very like chaotic and in all sense. Why I'm saying this, but because even if we work and we got all these rehearsal and we try to be the most professional, we try. Like, I mean, I still like the way that creation doesn't have step. I think that's work for engineer, not for music, not for art. And so we don't like to have step, like we bounce. We bounce with music. So what I want to say is like basically sometimes it's happened that I always feel that lyrics, especially lyrics and the idea to make a song is not a creation that is made by Azar, and it's not a song music content that has been doing just that it appear in your life. It's a consequence of so many things: conversation, documentary, movies, books, picture, whatever. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you see something that's automatically like moves something in you, no? So saying this, I'm really sure that every lyrics, and I've been talking with all the people that make their own lyrics, I'm pretty sure that lyrics are not, we are not the author really of the lyrics. We are good stollers of ideas.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying this? Because for so many songs like that happen that I see a documentary or good conversation, I say, wow, I should talk about that. So at the end, like I feel that the author are very multiplying people, and it's the consequence of so many people that is around you. Mm-hmm. And I can talk by Andrés Celis because he's not here, but I'm pretty sure that he could say something very similar. Mm-hmm. We are the consequence of all the music that we have been listening, all the historical moments, all the social moments. At the end is the consequence of your music.
Can you take us back to one of your earliest memories of being excited or having questions about what you heard on television, even if it was going back to France or reading about something, reading a Chilean author, and one of those first experiences where you manifested this desire of writing,
I remember like I was already a teenager, and I had a wonderful teacher of poetry, and that made me enter in surrealism poetry. And I discovered the poetry, well, the classical, but then it was a guy that was Robert Desnos, that is a French poet, and I was like, wow. And he was playing like, at that time I had always problem to wake up to go to school. So it was, that's terrible. Like still, when you can open your eyes, like, I got to go. That's terrible, you know.
I know.
And then you are in the bus, like, and all the how you say, cuadernos?
So notebooks.
Yes, you see, you could see like, first of all, writing and then like a line. So I've got this obsession for a while in my life with to sleeping. And also, no, but I will say this why, because I had also in my life, how you say desmayarse?
Just faint.
Faint?
Faint.
So I used to faint a lot when I was a teenager. I was like, and for people that doesn't know how it's to faint, it's like to die. It's like, I'm dying. Yes, and you enter in a step of unconsciousness.
Yeah.
So I was very obsessed about this unconsciousness, sleeping, and no, perhaps it was stupid, but I was thinking that I could writing sleeping. And Robert Desnos was doing that. Like basically, one of the stuff that he was doing, an experimental way, he was trying to become sleep, and people was writing what it was. This facet between consciousness and unconsciousness.
Yeah.
So I don't know in what way, but that blow, like say, wow, like creativity, like whatever, like push until the limit, whatever you can do, and how some experience in your life can be applied on that. It's not only in the academic way or in the school. So I think that every person, we are all different universe, and every house and every family is a history and super complex and whatever. Mm-hmm. So I feel at the end, when you use all that in your favor in some way, that can be applied to creativity. So that's a very small example of somebody that's for sleeping in school that has been important in my life.
That your answer makes me think of one of the other questions that I had, and it gets back to your music and my listening and what I hear in your music, which is one of the many fantastic things about it, which is the connection between musical styles and cultures or geographic places. Mm-hmm. And when you were talking about the unconscious and the consciousness and sort of creating in these other worlds, and in doing so having a different relationship to reality, or reality itself meaning something different. To me, I hear a lot of that in your music. I don't hear necessarily. Someone might easily be tempted to hear, oh, that's Andean influences, that's rock, that's some jazz, that's some R&B, and then connecting it to those geographic places, the Andes, the U.S., Black American music. But to me, when all of this is happening in music, it detaches. It just seems so generic, and it's very easy for me to disconnect from those geographic places, which I think is a good thing, and I think that's what music can do. That's kind of the power that music has. That's my impression as a listener, and so I was wondering if you can maybe reflect more about your connection through your lyrics, through your arts, and places.
I think at the same time we live in a moment in the world that with all this globalization and movement of people, like I was talking with a Guatemalan artist right now, like, and we are in Durham, like, so all this movement of people, we are like hormigas, movement, and I think that also like at the end, like that the music and the art se impregna of all this change, like
So it just
like Bob Esponja. Switches, no? So I remember an album that, a song particularly that I remember when I listened that, I thought like, this is a perfect mixture. I don't remember what album is this, but it's an album of Ryuichi Sakamoto, and there is a song with Yuzo Nudur. So it's Japanese Senegalese music, and the song is called Diabaram. It's Diabaram, 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 and that song is one of the masterpieces I've listened in my life. And I remember I used to have like, I don't know, 11 years, and I listened to that song and say, this song is perfect, es perfecta. Like, it's like all these, I don't know, los tonos Africans, mixed with Japanese music, like it seems almost the most opposite words, like in one song, like como un caos creativo, no? So I think it's normal that at the end I think this world need to put logotype and generic always. They need to fix you in some place. Yeah. Like, you are this, you are that, you do that, you move that, your friend, like. And I think ¿cómo se dice la tarea?
Our task or our homework?
One of the homework of art is to break all those generic stuff.
Our task. Yeah.
See, because that's very bad for art. That's very bad. And even in academic, like you're a mathematician, so you shouldn't like, I don't know, whatever, hip hop, and you shouldn't play with these people or whatever.
Yeah.
You're an elite, and this system loves to put you in un frasco. Así. So I move here, I'm here, I represent this, and I can move to there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is back to art, because art got the big tarea, homework, to discover other words, you know? Like we need to be in permanent observation. We have observatory, you know, of the world. So if you lose that, you lose the capacity of see the other and other words. I think the music begins to be publicity of your genres, de tu género, no? And not a vision with the world. I think like the way to make collaboration is because I'm a fan of a lot of people, like very different of what I do, and I don't care about that. I think that good music is good music, and in the same sense of experimentation that we was talking before. And every collaboration is a world, because sometimes the artist bring you something that you was not think at all that it was bringing, and that just give more flower to songs, like that the piece of art go there, and you was going there. So whatever, okay, let's go there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's time for the beginning of getting some music going. I think, but maybe we could anticipate that by asking the audience a couple questions, because you provided us so much with a lot of insight, a lot of rich insight into your vision as an artist, going back in your life, collaborating, your philosophy, just in general, living in the world and dealing with your own realities and the realities that you see around you, and voicing them through your music in such powerful and creative ways. Does anybody want to have a question?
Hi, Anita.
Hola.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the presence of the Mapuche nation in your life and your music.
I want to be very honest. I'm not Mapuche. So I think that we can't deny what happened in Chile. La Nación Mapuche's got a land that they're asking for autonomy, which called Hualmapu, and is a territory that is full of oppression right now with the governments. And the Mapuche is saying that it has been under resistance since 500 years, first with Spanish and then with the Chilean state. They don't feel Chilean, basically. So I think that is impossible. I think for any Chilean that has got a little bit of humanity, don't feel like near of this connection with the Mapuche and the fight of the freedom of the Mapuche. And we are very clear, like people that we don't believe in what the typical media says and all these manipulation of the medias. We know perfectly that the history in the south in Hualmapu is totally different than what the media show. So I'm trying to be very respectful, because I'm not Mapuche, but I've got very much friends, and it has been always interesting for me, like to know this culture that is another world, like is another vision, is a cosmovision, the connection with the land. So why we got to understand this, like the connection with the land is not private property, it's not what we think about. Esta es mi propiedad privada. It's about a connection, it's another flow, no? So we got an Occidental vision about this. So I want to be honest, there is a culture that I'm still knowing, and that will take a long time, because they are not in the book. Their culture are not in our history books, which is terrible. It has been like un invisibilization total. No? So it's a work that take to us, like as Chilean, we're Chilean, that take a long time to still continue to understand this culture and to be very respectable with it. I don't know if connect with the song, but it's a song that we made like in. I don't have a song particularly sobre el estado de Hualmapu, but we get a voice that means Sacar La Voz. That is, ¿cómo se dice? I don't know what is to be the perfect translation.
I would say, you know, voice yourself.
Yes,
voices,
voice yourself.
And that's you were, in fact, it connects with this, your answer to Emilio's question about uncovering these silenced voices
Yes.
that we see throughout the Americas, in fact, throughout the world, these communities that have been silenced for centuries in many different ways. And so I think one of the important roles that artists have, like yourself, is to speak for, or at least to join in those voices and telling their stories, or at least from your perspective.
Yes, yes.
Right?
And I think also because we have been like under this doctrine, artists, that we shouldn't speak too much, you know. We should be afraid, or don't talk to that. You're not a politician. You're just a musician. So the song talk about that sometimes you feel super alone, but sometimes you discover other artists that are in the same mood. So you're not alone. Like, como you recognize yourself in the others with traveling, even with opposite countries that are very different from us, no. So the song talk about that, like, that sometimes we feel that we're alone, but we're not alone. We are with ourselves. So it's a song that talk about to not lose. I don't know. I'm not Christian, pero la fe, algo como el seguir de pie, ¿no? Algo así.
Yeah, and I think with the music, I think, would you agree that hip hop, among the other styles of music that you draw from, provides that musical opening?
Not hip hop, music, all music. I'm not agreeing
What I
with
was
it.
saying about artists, that is
All artists, because it's funny how everybody say, yes, hip hop is a genre that say some stuff like, well, folklore también, rock and roll también, jazz también. I think all genres got a message. Even musician that doesn't have lyrics, they got a message. Like, for me, Miles Davis got a message. So, entiendo, es más, quizá más imperceptible, ¿no? Pero, I don't know, you feel it. It's an energy also.
Should we play that?
Okay. So this song is a song that we write in 2011, and it's a song that we compose in Chile, and we invite for this song an amazing singer from Uruguay, which name is Jorge Drexler, and we made this collaboration by internet. Amazing internet. Respirar para sacar la voz, despegar tan lejos como un águila veloz. Respirar un futuro esplendor, cobra más sentido si lo creamos los dos. Liberarse de todo el pudor, tomar de las riendas, no rendirse al opresor. Caminar erguido sin temor, respirar y sacar la voz. Oh, 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 ah, 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 ah. Tengo los bolsillos vacíos, los labios partidos, la piel con escama cada vez que miro hacia el vacío. Las suelas gastadas, las manos atadas, la puerta de entrada siempre tuvo el cartel que dijo que estaba cerrada. Y una herida infectada, y una herida entramada, y una herida colmada en el todo, luego la nada. El paso torpe al borde, cada vez que pierdo el norte tengo la pérdida de este soporte. El tiempo me clava la daga filuda, la flama que de las manos siempre se me escapa, pero tengo mi rincón florido. Sacar la voz, no estoy sola, estoy conmigo. Liberarse de todo el pudor, tomar de las riendas, no rendirse al opresor. Caminar erguido sin temor, respirar y sacar la voz. Oh, 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 oh. Cansado, agotado, botado al piso. Caí entre fragmentos que estaban quebrados. Miré encorvado, luego el puño cerrado. No tengo nada, pero nada suma en este charco. Mandíbula marcada, palabra preparada, cada letra afilada hasta la cresta de esta oleada. Sin pena ni gloria, escribir esta historia. El tema no es caerse, levantarse es la victoria. Venir de vuelta, estar dispuesta a la alerta. Tomar cada voz que estaba muerta y luego hacer la orquesta. Respirar, erguido sin temor, respirar y sacar la voz, liberarse de todo el pudor, tomar de las riendas, no rendirse al opresor, caminar erguido sin temor, respirar y sacar la voz. Y saca la voz sin pudor. Y saca la voz sin Identity is so complex to explain. Identity is the color of your skin. Identity is the smell of your skin. The identity is the bread, the smell of the bread. Every time I was asking to me, like, what it means to me to be Chilena, for example. For me, it's the smell of the bread, la marraqueta y la palta, which is very Chilean, and that explains a lot. No, you're laughing, but that explains a lot about who we are, because that explains stupidities like you tomas la once. We take la once in Chile is when we take the tea at 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon, and that moment is a family moment, and it's a magic moment also because everybody's talking. Está desapareciendo, pero igual some people still with the culture of the tomar once, no? So identity is something that is not in a flag, for me at least. Identity is in our blood. Identity is in trying to recover the history that they have been stolen to us. Even I'm here, like we play in New York, and they were saying to us, like, you play for Columbus Day. That's horrible name. Like, and we had to make a poster. And from Chile we say, we not put Columbus Day in our poster, like this is the day of when they take everything, and this is a resistance day, no? So identity is also like to recover the way that we talk to each other, and the redefinition of the words, no? And for example, identity for me is like to recover what is to mean to be Latinoamericanos, not this postal of reggaeton and bomba caliente. I mean, identity of what is to be and what's meant to be Latinoamericana. And that's identity, I think, is still in homework that we got to do, all of us, day by day. And that will take a long, long time because it's a decolonization. That take a long time. So I think that I'm still stuff that I don't understand, like more in terms of identity, and I'm still trying to understand, like, eso creo. I'm very polytheist in music. I don't have one artist. I don't believe in Allah and Jesus. I believe in so many gods. I mean, in the God, in el panteón de los artistas, ¿no? I love you. Jesus, Allah, and Buddha. Three. Okay. Just thinking like this, like, oh, I got many, pero. I will say Chico Buarque, I will say Ryuichi Sakamoto, and I will say Kendrick Lamar right now. It's a very different event. The next song is a song that it's from this new album, Vengo. Esto se llama Antipatriarca. tú me apodas, pero no voy a ser la que obedece, porque mi cuerpo me pertenece. Yo decido de mi tiempo, cuando quiero y dónde quiero. Independiente yo nací, independiente decidí. Yo no camino detrás de ti, yo camino de la par aquí. Tú no me vas a humillar, tú no me vas a gritar, tú no me vas a someter, tú no me vas a callar, tú no me vas a denigrar, tú no me vas a golpear, tú no me vas a silenciar, tú no me vas a callar. No sumisa ni obediente, mujer fuerte, insurgente, independiente y valiente. Rompe la cadena de lo indiferente, no pasiva ni oprimida. Mujer linda que das vida, emancipada en autonomía, antipatriarca y alegría. Ya liberal, ya liberal, ya liberal. Liberal, liberal, liberal. Yo puedo ser jefa de hogar, empleada o intelectual. Yo puedo ser protagonista de nuestra historia y la que agita la gente, la comunidad, la que organiza la vecindad, la que organiza la economía de su casa, de su familia. Mujer libre se pone de pie y a romper las cadenas de la piel. Tú no me vas a humillar, tú no me vas a gritar, tú no me vas a someter, tú no me vas a callar, tú no me vas a denigrar, tú no me vas a golpear, tú no me vas a silenciar, tú no me vas a callar. No sumisa ni obediente, mujer fuerte, insurgente, independiente y valiente. Rompe la cadena de lo indiferente, no pasiva ni oprimida. Mujer linda que das vida, emancipada en autonomía, antipatriarca y alegría. Ya liberal, ya liberal, ya liberal. Liberal, liberal, liberal. Liberal, liberal, liberal. Liberal, liberal, liberal.
Hola, Ana.
Hola.
That was amazing. I'm curious to know how you feel about your music being used kind of as like a political movement, really kind of across the globe, but specifically in Chile. I'm just interested to know how you feel about it.
It depends of what political movements.
Maybe we'll go with education reform.
I'm not agree with educational reform in Chile. But of course, like every time that they use the music, like students, like I'm always like opening, like I feel like music should travel, no? But that happened in us right now in Argentina. They use Creo en Ti in a progressist, nice left people, and I was not agree at all, you know. So it depends of what movement, because there is a lot of movement right now, and there is a fashion movement also, which I do not agree at all, because movement is not a moment. Movement is forever, and is a response about a system that doesn't work, no? So it's delicado, no? And it's funny how some politicians think that you are in their side, and you're not at all with their side. So it depends of the movement, it depends of the people, it depends of the student. There is student that can have say something, but at the end, like you know that in 3 years they can be in the government and be the same people that will take the cops in the street. So we got to be careful about one kind of student, what kind of movement. But I've got 3 persons that research for me. Like I'm always like, what do you know about them? Like, come on. But it's important to know, because there is a lot of new movement right now of young people, muchos partidos diferentes. So, eso. Hola.
So, can you talk a little bit about family traditions, so your relationship with your parents, and then also your relationship with your son, and how your music is maybe reflective of that, and shaping identity for the next generation?
What about my family and the traditional?
Did you have was music a part of your family with your parents, and then the relationship music has now that you have a family, and
Sí.
are kind of transmitting that for the next generation?
Music always has been at home. Like tengo la suerte. I'm lucky because my parents always put music at home. So there has been like my teacher in music also. So I entered in Chico work for my father. Like and Luciano got to be in the Chico Buarque world for me, like. But it's not. I don't want to be a dictator with music. Like every person got their taste and the moment. I used to listen Milli Vanilli when I was 12. And I think I went to a Madonna concert when I had 13 or so. It's normal. You go through time, and when you are building your identity, you are searching also. You want to fit somewhere also. Oh, I want to be Madonna. Like everybody wants to be Madonna. And I say, I don't look like this girl. Like what I'm doing, como. But that's part also of growing up. Is also he used to listen metal. So it's normal. He's still metalero. Es un metalero clandestino. So I think it's normal that music influence home and friends, but not only home, is also a school.
Well, has your identity changed as, I mean, of course your identity has changed as you've gotten older, but are each of your albums a reflection of that?
I think I used to be more. It's funny because all those albums that I was listening when I was a kid are still albums that I listen today. Rubén Blades siempre fue parte de mi discografía. I still listen siempre and I say, oh, this is a masterpiece. I listen Willy Colón haciendo arreglo with Rubén Blades and it's still a masterpiece. Music doesn't die, it's not a moment, it's forever. When a good album is forever, which is amazing about music. That doesn't have an expiration day, no? Pero I would say that como, that's my answer.
For me, I didn't want to have anything to do with
Yes.
música de Ecuador or salsa even. I was listening to rock and Beatles and Stones, but then there's a certain point where, and I think it's when you leave the house, when you move out, where you want to connect back to how things were when you were younger. And Siembra, El Gran Combo, Celia Cruz, all those records that my parents listened to, I started searching for and
Yes.
became a really part of a sort of a touchstone.
Yes.
So this is all to ask you, in your transition from France and then your relationship to Chile and eventually moving back to Chile, did you have any similar experiences wanting to sort of reconnect either with your parents' music or learning how to connect with Chile?
Yes. I mean, for example, Serge Gainsbourg is still a composer I listen until today. For me, it's my connection with friends, no? And Rachita or Algerian music, African music, for me, it's friends, como, no? But I think that it's normal that through times you need to kill your parents. And you need, I mean, I say bad.
You need to rebel, you need to get
Okay,
away.
that's in the way that I'm saying, like, you need to, no?
To
Don't-
tell your friends who are
Perdón.
listening who are not,
Yes,
not
I don't.
Chilean, not Ecuadorian, not Latino, and they're
Sí.
listening to, and you want to be a
Yes,
part of
I
that.
look like Marilyn Manson, right? No, but I mean, like, you need to kill, like, the representation in a moment, like, that this is me. I'm not them. That's their story. That's me. I listen Milli Vanilli and Madonna, whatever. Como, you need it. And I think it's normal. In the same way that my kid, like, oh, my mother. Like, it's normal. It's part of to growing up, I think. But at the end, like, it's incredible. I remember once I was at home with a super friend of mine, with this super metalero. Have you seen that the metalero is super nice? That's always nice. Like, ah, how are you? Super good. Like, this is one of them. So he's got long hair. It's like, in Salamanca. And he's like, oh, I drive you home, like, super nice. And we was at home, like, he showed me a lot of metal, amazing metal. I was like, oh, this, because they got amazing, like, they sing like como falsettos, like opera, así como locos. And then like this, and then we put Victor Jara, and we begin to drink wine normally, and we begin to cry together, say, oh, Victor Jara, I love him. It's crazy how a composer as Victor Jara cross over all the people. I don't know anybody in Chile that doesn't like Victor Jara. Metalero, folclórico, reggae, rapero. Todos aman a Victor Jara. And Victor got this capacity of, como through generation, people connected in some crazy way. And even if you try to cut, oh, I'm leaving home, I don't want to listen anymore, siembra, at the end you listen and that recovers your identity, what we're talking about. Music is also part of that, like it's an historical moment in your life, no?
Vivimos como en espacios académicos como estos, muy organizados.
Sí, muy militares.
Exacto. Y eso en conexión un poco con tu experiencia, no sé, de exilio, si eso tiene algo que ver con con este no creer en una voz que argumenta y que tiene la verdad,
Claro.
o sea, que no hay una verdad,
Claro.
múltiple. Right? Que quisiera que expandieras en eso.
Sí.
The question is about this message about the disciplines and breaking down the disciplines and in some sort of anarchic way, but it's not anarchy, it's something beyond that, right? It's also a method, it's like a way of looking at and challenging, you know, the true bearers, right? What is, who is saying the truth, what is the truth that we have to follow? I want you to expand that because that helps a lot
Yes,
to the process of decolonization. It's a proceso.
I think that I'm very lucky because I've got crazy parents. Como I had a very special education, and I understand now, right, that I'm older. Like, I could tell so many stories about my parents, like very special, like como, but that's not so crazy special, but that explain visions about, and that I apply also with my kid. I've got to be honest. Like my kid arrives sometimes with stuff from school, and I'm like, that is stupid. Like, I'm not agree with this. And sometimes I ask to myself, I shouldn't say that to Luciano, he's got just 10 years. I say, like, I can lie to him, like, this is stupid, Luciano, like, that telling you that you can do that, like, I'm not agree, let's go to the school to talk about this, like, you know? Or I remember, like, once a teacher said to my kid, like, they called me because Luciano was, like, always like, he was not in class, he was always dreaming too much, no, imagination. I used to be like that. I was always like that, like, and I think that is all who I am right now. That was my school, really. I think that from school I don't remember almost nothing what I learned. This is the truth. Like chemistry, I don't remember. History, I don't remember very much. Like, you don't have very much good academic person that really have the power to give you the information in a very to apply to your life. It's looked like so far away from you, like. Until I had amazing chemistry teacher when I used to have 17 years old, and I was the best in chemistry. Because the teacher was amazing, like it blew my mind and say, this is useful chemistry really, it's not something so far away from my life, no? So I remember this teacher called me like Luciano was dreaming too much, and I said, oh, this is terrible, yes, no, I will talk with him. Come on, like playing the role, like the mother, like, yes, no, this is a problem, I will talk with Luciano. We are going to make letters together, like un compromiso that he will not be in that mood in school. So Luciano was like waiting to me, and we walked together, like, and I said, this is so stupid, Luciano, like, so okay, we are going to make a deal, like, I'm going to play the role, and you're going to play the role that this is terrible. But if you're asking to me, this is the most stupid stuff that I can tell you. So yes, I've got a problem with institution. And I feel that I'm older. I thought that it was only when I was 15. I still got the problem with 2 kids. And it's crazy because sometimes those institutions or the system make you feel that you are wrong. And I'm pretty sure that they are wrong. Like, why I'm talking here and I look like the teacher? Why we are not in a circle right now? Why we got this military way of teaching to each other and I'm talking like with a mic and you are sitting down? There is an amazing documentary about sobre la educación. ¿Cómo se llama este documental? I will send the link. It's about the destructuration about education and how education has been applied to us as military. And that's not the beauty of education. That's the repetition. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, no, boom, boom, no? So for me, it's very important to not lose that. And I've got to be very honest, sometimes it's hard because I don't have sometimes connection with other parents. They are some are worry about some stuff that I'm not worried at all. Like, and even this, I leave that because I was in French school and French are very, yes, I will go at summer, like when I will have 40, I will do that, and then I will do that. Like, they know all their life, and they just got 15 years old. Como, this is crazy. Like, they're already dead. Like, como thinking how I will die like that. Como, so, and in my case, like, even coming from parents that was from academic world, como, to be a rapper was not right to be a profession. That's not a profession. I'm a rapper. What profession is that? I'm a rapper. I will be a rapper, and I will write. So there is not a university about rapper, like, oh, I will take a master class of flow from the 90s with Old Diddy Bastard. No? So this destructuration has been also my tools in some crazy way, and to dar la vuelta. No? And I don't know how to do it sometimes, but I'm pretty sure that is the way to do it. Like, I think it's not to be polemic just to be polemic and be against the Lord just to be against. It's just that sometimes there is no logic at all. Like, even with my kid, like I see with Luciano that all the time. Like, we was in New York like last year when all those kids was traveling from Guatemala, Salvador to Texas. And Luciano, we was saying like the news with Luciano. I was trying to explain to Luciano, no, they are traveling alone. And how they are traveling alone? Yes, but people, those families are really desperate, imagine. They think that they will find their family in the United States. Wow, and some people, and they were saying that some kids died. How they died, and now they're in jail in Texas. And how you explain that to your kid? There is no logic in a system that they call this is logic of immigration, for example. So I'm saying this because it's not only about school and academic, it's about the law, it's about the system, it's about everything got a logic. We do, I say this like, this is the most absurd word. We do war in the name of peace. What logic got that? How you explain that to your kid? That's not logic. ¿Dónde está la lógica? So this song is a song that is called My Through. No es Hitler. It's a song that we made for a TV una serie televisiva. That is the story of a kid that, as a lot of kids in Latin America, the father disappeared, so he got to take charge of the house. And he's like the father and the brother, the old brother, and got to take charge of his mother and the neighborhood. So I talk if I was him. Esto se llama Mi Verdad. Por mi piel morena borraron mi identidad. Me sentí pisoteado por toda la sociedad. Me tuve que hacer fuerte por necesidad. Fue el hombre de la casa muy temprana edad. Pa 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 ya. Pa 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 para pa ya. Pa 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 pa. Desde que nací conocí la necesidad. Mi corazón descalzo se perdió en la ciudad. De mis suelas gastadas de tanto caminar, aprendí de la vida en la calle y su soledad. Ya que todo lo que tengo es mi verdad. Y que solo me acompaña, mi verdad, mi verdad. No quiero tu autoridad, solo quiero caminar con mi y conquistar mi libertad. Mi gente de piel, sequedad y actividad. Los ojos de mi barrio se llueven en humedad. Contra viento y marea creamos humanidad. En contra del silencio rompiendo la frialdad. Ya que todo lo que tengo es mi verdad. Y que solo me acompaña, mi verdad, mi verdad. No quiero tu autoridad, solo quiero caminar con dignidad y conquistar mi libertad. Ustedes ven el miedo, nosotros vemos verdad. Ustedes crean rabia en nombre de la autoridad. Ustedes son los pobres, carecen de dignidad. Sepan ustedes, no queremos caridad. No tenemos sus casas, tenemos tenemos comunidad, no tenemos sus guardias, tenemos la vecindad. Necesitan nuestra música para ver la realidad, pero jamás conocerán la solidaridad. Oh, 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 oh. Verdad, perdón, mi verdad, no quiero tu autoridad, solo quiero caminar con dignidad y conquistar mi libertad. Por mi piel morena borraron mi identidad. Me sentí pisoteado por toda la sociedad. Es mi verdad. Gracias.
So, Anna, thank you so much for coming to Durham.
No, muchas gracias a
Thank you
ustedes.
for coming to Duke University, and thank you for sharing your time with us. I've learned a lot. I'm sure we've all learned a lot, and I think we have time for one more question at least, and then
Okay,
we'll
of
wrap
course.
it up in about 5 minutes. Yes.
Hola, hola.
Hola, gracias. I just wanted to ask you, do you feel like there are certain people that you're speaking to through your music?
Creo que cuando uno escribe, o sea, honestamente uno escribo para mí, primero. No quiero mentir, como que es un autoplacer, digo. Después donde llegue la música, no, está totalmente fuera de las manos de uno. Me ha tocado de todo, me ha tocado, con todas las canciones, una vez me llamó un cuartel de carabineros, de policía, por Facebook, un carabinero. Y me dijo que en el cuartel escuchaban mi música y me pareció súper chistoso. Y eso está bien, digo, siempre he pensado que cuando los carabineros estén marchando con nosotros en la calle, la lucha estará ganada. Entonces, should I say this in English? I'm saying like, okay, so I'm saying that music like arrive whatever kind of people you can even imagine. So with my lyrics, like one day in Facebook, how you say, a cops write to me and hold the cops from where he was working while listening to my album. And it's funny, but at the end, like, it's interesting because music can through walls, and those walls you can't even imagine where they arrive, no? And I was saying that, and I'm still continuing to think when that cops will understand that the fight of students is the fight of their kids, and they will be with us, like, that will be a good, una buena victoria, a good victory, no? So I don't know to who I sing, basically. I don't understand what is the target, and I don't want to know it. Like, es tan difuso, diverse also.
Anita, hola, bienvenida.
Hola.
Yo estoy en educación.
Ajá.
Yo trabajo en la caja.
Ujú.
Mi compañero aquí.
Hola, compañero. Los cajistas.
Escapamos de la escuela. Tratamos diariamente de poner nuestras ideas y lo que sabemos del sistema dentro de esa caja. Y tú tienes una libertad un poco, tienes como libertad para hacer cosas más creativas, tienes más libertad para dar tu mensaje. ¿Qué palabras de aliento nos darías tú a nosotros? Como trabajamos con estudiantes que les están enseñando
Ajá.
a vivir en esa caja. ¿Cómo nosotros podemos romper esa barrera?
De primaria.
Sí, de primaria, ya. Bueno, mis dos padres son profesores, mis dos papás. Y sigo pensando que cualquier academia, sea primaria, secundaria, universitaria, todas las academias son extremadamente importantes en nuestra formación, ¿no? Entonces, da lo mismo si es universidad o primaria, niño de 6 años. Creo que para mí es súper importante, no sé, yo no trabajo mucho el tema de educación. Mi mamá se maneja mucho más que, como socióloga, se maneja mucho más que yo en el tema. Pero la experiencia que yo he tenido con profesores de primaria, por ejemplo, que ha sido bien bonito, yo me acuerdo que, por ejemplo, hicimos un tema que se llama Todos los sólidos se desvanecen en el aire, y mi objetivo era hacer un video que le explicara a mi hijo lo que era el capitalismo. Entonces hice un video con dibujo animado en la cual es un gusano gigante que se va comiendo todo. Y ese era el capitalismo, se lo comía todo. Y me pasó que harta profesores de primaria me han escrito como, oye, usamos el video como didáctico. Algunos profesores los directores como que tuvieron problemas. hay mucho material didáctico, hay mucha gente haciendo cosas en el arte que yo creo que pueden ser material, por ejemplo. Y sigo pensando que las academias tienen que salir de la academia. ¿A qué me refiero con esto? Que, por ejemplo, viendo el trabajo de mi vieja, de mi mamá en este caso, ella está constantemente está en la universidad, en su plantel de sociólogos locos, pero después también está en barrio, donde se hacen talleres comunitarios, traer a, no sé, Bourdieu o sociología al barrio. Y que la academia no se quede en la academia. De la misma manera que la música no quiero que se quede en una sala de concierto. Es muy importante ir al barrio, tocar en talleres. La música, al igual que la academia, tiene que estar en la calle, si no está enfrascada y sigue siendo una academia y una élite. Y lo que tenemos que cuestionarnos es qué tipo de academia estamos construyendo, ¿no? Ahora, esto lo digo incluso ustedes que son profesores de primaria. O sea, yo lo digo así no quiero sonar una sensación que yo tengo. Creo que es muy bueno cuando la academia se acerca al barrio, a la comunidad. Y estoy segura que acá en Durham debe haber centros comunitarios de resistencia. En Estados Unidos, a mí me ha impresionado los que están en resistencia, puta que están en resistencia, bueno. Porque es acá contra todos. Me ha pasado a conocer la organización Puente en Dillon, en Los Ángeles, gente que trabaja con los migra, con los jornaleros. Entonces, para mí es importante ir allá, porque para mí eso es Estados Unidos. Entonces, creo que la academia también tiene el deber de acercarse, porque cuando creo que la comunidad y la academia y las artes se unen, vamos a hacer una real revolución, un movimiento social real. Si no, se va a quedar enfrascado en un movimiento social sin arte y sin academia. Y creo que un movimiento social necesita una base política, y una base académica, y una base artística. Amen, sister. Ahora en inglés no. Esta canción, this song we write it 2011. ¿Cómo se dice 2011? 2011? 2011, yeah, 2011. El que más sabe inglés, hermano. So this is a song that we write in Chile after the student movement, and esto se llama Choc. Sin colores, no ves que no estamos solos, millones de polo a polo, al son de un solo coro marcharemos con el tono, con la convicción que basta de robo, tu estado de control, tu trono podrido de oro, tu política y tu riqueza y tu tesoro, no, la hora sonó, no permitiremos más tu doctrina del shock, la hora sonó, la hora sonó. La hora sonó, la hora sonó, la hora sonó, la hora sonó, la hora sonó. No hay países, solo corporaciones. ¿Quién tiene más acciones? Trozos gordos, poteros, decisiones por muy pocos. Constitución pinochetista, derecho pues de hilado fascista, golpista disfrazado de un indulto elitista. Cae la gota, cae la toma, se toma la máquina rota. En la calle no calle, la calle no calle, la calle no calle, debate que está ahí. Todo lo quitan, todo lo ven, todo se lucra, la vida y la muerte, todo es negocio. Bajo tu todo semilla, pascuálame todo ese oro. Venenos tus monólogos, tus discursos sin colores. No ves que no estamos solos, millones de polo a polo, al son de un solo coro. Marcharemos con el tono, con la convicción que basta de robo, tu estado de control, tu trono podrido de oro, tu política y tu riqueza y tu tesoro, no, la hora sonó, no permitiremos más tu doctrina del shock, la hora sonó, 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 la hora sonó. Verso con las ganas y el aliento, con cenizas, con el fuego del presente, con recuerdo, con ceniza y con desgarro, con el objetivo claro, con memoria y con la historia. El futuro es todo este tubo de ensayo, todo este laboratorio que a diario, todo este fallo, todo este económico modelo condenado de dinosaurio. Todo se criminaliza, todo se justifica la noticia, todo se quita, todo se pisa, todo se ficha y clasifica. Tu política y tu táctica, tu típica risa y ética, tu comunicado manipulado. ¿Cuántos fueron los callados? Paco guanacos y lumas, Paco guanacos y tunas, Paco guanacos nos suman. ¿Cuántos fueron los que se robaron las fortunas? Véndenos tus monólogos, tus discursos incoloros. ¿No ves que no estamos solos? Marcharemos con el tono. Tu estado de control, trono podrido de oro. Tu política y tu riqueza y tu tesoro. No, la hora sonó, la hora sonó. No permitiremos más tu doctrina del shock. La hora sonó, la hora sonó. La hora sonó, la hora sonó. La hora sonó, la hora sonó. La hora sonó. Gracias. Vale, muchas gracias.
Produced by Duke University, online at duke.edu.